It is the state championship. The clock is running. It is 4th down. Coach Craig Slaughter down there getting the Hawk faithful fired up. You cannot script it. Third down now. 3rd down. 27 seconds. One more snap. And this one's over. Here is York. He gets the snap. He kneels down. The Wall Hawks are going to take the 3A D2 championship. The Wall Hawks are going to take this one home back to Wall, Texas. Their first state championship ever. Their second trip to the finals. They are taking the state championship. Oh my goodness. Congratulations, Coach Craig Slaughter. This Wall Hawk offense, this Wall Hawk defense, this Wall Hawk special teams, and the entire community of Wall, Texas. Congratulations. You won the 3A D2 state championship in AT&T Stadium, otherwise known as J-World, baby. Wall Hawks, take this one home. Arlen, take it away, baby, because I cannot take this anymore.
Hey, I tell you what, this was an incredible game. It was an incredible game to be a part of. It was great to see them come from where they came from at the start of the season.
Champions Night live from Shenanigans. Before we get underway and properly introduce everybody here on the stage, we do have a video from the voice of the Hawks this season, Russ Howard. Unfortunately, he was unable to make it tonight, but he was able to make a 1-minute video roughly, and we'll be playing for you right now. Take it away, Russ.
In Wall, football isn't just a game. It's a way of life. It's who we are. Built on discipline, forged through toughness, and strengthened by brotherhood. The bonds of family are strong in this community. In 2025, the Wall Hawks begin the season with this one goal in mind, finishing the season on the field at Jerry World in Arlington in December. Through a season filled with highlights and victories, the goal remained the same, lifting the trophy on the field at AT&T Stadium. Week after week, the Hawks set the tone, challenged by pressure, sharpened by adversity. And when it mattered most, they finished. It is now my distinct privilege and honor to introduce you to the coach of the 2025 State of Texas 3A D2 champion Wall Hawks, Coach Craig Slaughter.
And we are joined by Coach Slaughter and his staff. First and foremost, introduce the people you don't really care that much about. My name is Chad Miller. I'm joined by Jake Gordon, Arlen Ponder, and of course, the people y'all do care about, Coach Slaughter and his staff. Coach, first and foremost, from us, congratulations. It has been one heck of a ride that I've had the honor to be able to watch from distances, because of course I covered other parts. But I just want to hear from you first, Coach. What is the initial thoughts? What is that feeling now that you sit here tonight, knowing that y'all accomplished what y'all did this season?
You know, it definitely, I think, soaks in.
There you go. There you go.
I think that helps a little bit. There we go.
You know, it definitely soaks in as days go by. You know, watching other games and other communities.
Hold on. A little technical issues here. That's all right. It's all part of this. What happens when you have a lot of men on stage here? My goodness. Yeah, a little feedback. We apologize, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit.
Hey.
Yeah, they don't hear you, Coach.
So having these plus the
We gotta love this. It's a great time. I have live broadcast, folks. We love it so much. Yeah, we're live on YouTube. I'm not saying, are you getting numb or no? Is it up? I'm not sure it's down.
First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa is a giant of a credit card. With great low rates, no annual fee, no balance transfer fee, and even a rewards option, First Community's Platinum Visa is the card for you. With security as a high priority, you can lock your card in case it's lost, stolen, or just to limit its use. So be smart, bank smart with First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
Man, Jacob, you're sucking.
You're killing us.
Dude, what is wrong with you?
Man, I need a beer.
Guys, I'm stressed out. I'm sorry. I'm trying to sell my house and I don't want to pay too much.
Man, you need to call Angelo Home Team. They charge less than the other companies. They could save you thousands of dollars.
Man, with that kind of savings, I could go to a Cowboys game.
Okay, we got to get back up there, and you got to block that 12-year-old that only weighs 110 pounds.
Man, I think we're in the wrong league.
Guys, I say a whiskey bar after the game. Yeah! Ready? Break!
At Texas Bank, we believe in the power of relationships. Our roots are our customers, the lifeblood of our business. We're more than just a bank. We're your trusted financial partner, committed to building lasting connections and providing personalized service that exceeds your expectations. From helping you achieve your financial goals to supporting you through life's changes, we're here for you every step of the way. Experience the difference of banking with people who truly care.
Cotton farming in the Concho Valley, that's risky business. Specializing in crop insurance and serving local family farmers for over 15 years, Oasis Crop Insurance understands those risks firsthand. That's why year in and year out, from the first seed you plant to the last boll you harvest, Oasis Crop Insurance is your risk management partner.
Oasis Crop Insurance, service from paradise.
going. So we're going to see. You know, turn the microphones on here shortly. All righty. We good? We waiting? We good? Okay. All right. I hear a reverb somewhere. That's weird. Okay. All right. I'm still waiting to hear it. Yeah. They hear us. They see us. Y'all hear us? We good out there? Y'all hear us?
No, sir.
All right. All right, Coach. Well, then we're gonna keep this going for our audience at home. Our production team's working on the in-house audience. So let's go back to that first question as they're working on it now. That initial, you're sitting here today now. We are a few days or maybe about half a week out of what y'all were able to accomplish. Let's just talk about these moments that you'll be able to reflect on. What is this championship, this trophy right here, has meant to you in this program?
I think our program, our Wall's been chasing this for 20 plus years, or longer than that, but they truly had some great horses in the race that just, for some reason or another, it didn't go how you wanted. And, to finally see that those dudes, bring that thing home, it's a lifelong dream for me and my family. But this dream started for those guys when they're 5 or 6, 7 years old, all the pee-wee football and things they do to get there. It's still surreal. It's amazing. It's still soaking in watching, just watching people celebrate it. And I tried to go Christmas shopping yesterday, and Lord, I went home because I was like, I was at Dillard's. I saw Ian Raganall, and there's like people go Hawks, that I don't even know. It's awesome, but but it means that much to people. It's amazing. It's a great accomplishment.
I'm sure, and of course we hear from y'all. What does this championship mean to y'all, folks? What does it feel? Y'all like this? You like this championship? Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sure they love it. Guys.
When did it finally hit? You say the day after state, or Coach Horst and I were talking about it. When did it finally hit that y'all were state champs? Watching the kids and the parents celebrate. My dad was one of my first, hugs after the game on the field, and that kind of starts it, soaking in. But it's still a surreal experience. Watching other schools celebrate that, and seeing those communities celebrate it. Winning is icing on the cake. The whole week, the whole experience, with those kids in that community, getting to go into Jerry World, and getting to go into those locker rooms. All that stuff is just, just part of that magical experience. And, it still probably hadn't hit. I've had a bunch of ring companies send me made-up diagrams that's awesome. It'll get real when those things get to you. But it's still, it's something we've all been chasing and striving for. And, you're so thrilled we finally took it down. Yeah. And you talked about a couple of weeks ago core memories there when we were at the game in Idalou. Let's go replace another one, and next week, knocking off the defending champs, and now replacing it with this one too. That's just awesome.
No, from that Idalou game at Bobcat Stadium, that was amazing. To then beating Gunner. We hate Gunner. We love doing that. And getting past Newton. And again, I love Gunner and Newton. I think have won 7 of the last 12 state championships. So you had to go absolutely through the 2 of the best small school programs there are. So I think that makes it even sweeter.
Oh, absolutely.
And one of the things that I noticed calling it up in the booth was to see the Newton fans. They had never been in this position before, but y'all, the Wall Hawk faithful were there, and they were still going, and your boys were still pumped on the sideline, and those Newton boys, even the fans were down, and that was something awesome to see.
Dude, our fans always, it's just amazing, the support you have, and those big moments or not. The Wall faithful is there, getting after it. Driving there, I knew we would make stops on Newton because we have a ton of good players. I wanted our toughness, to have a chance to show, and 2 kids that absolutely defensively probably weren't 100%, but my God, you would never know it. Hagan Barbie suiting up and absolutely, playing like a dog, Dylan Sellers. Dylan is not a type of kid that lays on the ground. When I went out there to get Dylan,
I'm like, oh God, this isn't good. That this is not a kid that lays on the ground. And I walked out there, and I kind of thought he was knocked out or something at first, and he was just dealing with his knee issue, and he's like, dude, I'm not done playing. I'm not, and I'm like, dude, that sounds great, But again, besides all the kids that just played lights out, and the toughness that some of those kids out just came out in spades.
Coach, let's dive into the game itself. The game against Newton, and of course, I had listened to our audio broadcast because we had the privilege to be able to go and be able to stream it on our Concho Sports Network. If you're able to take a listen, we appreciate y'all. But I was able to listen to Russ, and I got to watch the game on Victory Plus and hear Craig Way, all that fun stuff. Let's just dive into that game as a whole. I've been told we have some highlights, so we're going to get to those actually just now, hopefully here in a second. So we'll be kind of get a dive into some of these key moments. Obviously, I'm waiting for them to get queued up here, but while we wait for those, and here we go actually. Starting off big right here, just a double pass and to find the open man downfield. I mean, was this always the go-to? Really kick these off here?
Hey, well, I don't know. If coaches Mike can talk. That was Launder Holmes' call and decision, and my God, it started the game being aggressive and worked like a champ. So.
Hold on.
Do you have his mic on the? Oh. All right, well, we're going to give him a headset because, unfortunately, those little mics were causing the feedback, apparently. So, Coach, let's get back to it. Talk to us about this play.
That's just something we've been working on for a couple years, and we've never really had an opportunity to run it. And I just, in my gut, I just felt like it was a play that we could get and kind of get us going the right direction. It's letting our best player throw it to a best player, throw it to a best player. I mean, they're all best players out there. Look at those guys. And I just felt like that would be something that we could kind of start off fast. And I felt like a fast start, get out there, get what we could get. Because I figured it would take a little while for us to adjust to their speed, them to adjust ours, and just see who could hang on and last the other one out.
And of course, as Russ Howard said all year long, Reed Robertson doing Reed Robertson things. And of course, that time with his arm, 43 yards, and it leading to this touchdown run. Obviously, what was the importance of being able to strike first and get on the board early?
Well, I feel like anytime you can strike first, especially in a game like that, it settles you in, gives you a little momentum going, gets the kids excited on the sideline. There was a time and point when we looked at Reed Robertson playing quarterback when we switched. Mm-hmm. But Landon was so good, and you lose the talent of Reed on the outside out there. There's a ton of guys that have a lot of talents on this team. I mean, Evan Bailey played quarterback for a little while, so never really nervous about throwing it out there and let somebody else throw the ball. So I just felt like it would get us a good start, get our momentum rolling in the right direction.
And Newton actually helped us. They won the toss and deferred. If we won the toss, we were going to take the ball. We wanted to play from the front. We didn't think our kids needed any false bravado. We went there to win the state championship, which we did. But we wanted the ball first to go get the lead.
And Coach, actually, we'll keep it with you. Talk to me about these two running backs and this all new offense you had to prepare for. Craig Way really made it very clear in the pregame show on Victory Plus about just the running backs and the major running game that Newton had. What was it like having to prepare this defense for those two very fast running backs?
Our goal all week was to not give up chunk plays. That they had put up 60, 70, 80 points pretty consistently. But again, we just watching film, they had never played dudes like we had. We're extremely physical. The kids are, it's every kid out there, the kids waiting to get on the field are really good players. So we wanted to make those dudes have 30 carries for 160 yards or whatever. They're used to getting 5 carries for 160 yards, and we wanted to check their toughness. And our kids had a great game tackling. In particular, those linebackers, that second core group, that D line was eating up blocks. Quavy, John Wick, and America all made some great tackles.
Fantastic. And of course, fans they probably recognize what's about to happen here. Here we go. We should go back to the. That's okay. Well, we're cutting around, folks, but you see what's about to happen. We had the block punt on the noon second drive of the game that led to a touchdown. While we catch up and get back to the highlight, Coach, obviously talking about the importance of being able to score on the special teams, and especially in a moment like this.
You know, we before we got on the bus to go to the game, we showed them 8 punts that morning because we thought Newton, their punt team, was the worst thing they did. You know, and we just knew we would have a chance to get an all-out block. And like there, they went, you know, double wide, which gave us a short corner. And Gavin Sisson made a great play. You know, Sellers scoop and scored there. And, you know, just, again, a huge play that just kept that sideline cranked up. You know, maybe it was 8-7. It wasn't like we needed it to happen. You know, but that, you know, that just charges you back up, and let's do it. We made 6 straight stops, you know, defensively, that's no joke against those dudes.
Yeah. And then you see the sideline all high. It's everybody trying to get willed away into the end zone there as they do. And just I love the celebration, just flexing on everybody. We come back to the offense, and we've seen you run this all playoff long, this little throwback screen, and this time it works to perfection. A lot of yardage here. Just kind of talk to me about just this play as a whole and what this has meant to your offense.
Well, you know, that's a play that my man Coach Williams down here, they used to run it all the time in his previous stops in a few places. And he'd been harassing me about putting a throwback screen on. I think it was about a month and a half ago. So we put that on, and it worked out. That play actually scared me because Bryson McFarden's really fast. And when we threw that ball to him, I saw a lot of space. In my mind, I thought that was scoring, and then I don't know where all those dudes came from. So that just shows you that those guys had a lot of team speed. That's the first team that I think really matched our speed on the perimeter and made, you know, we didn't get as many home run shots as we usually get because those guys did a really good job of closing space on us as well, like our defense did on them. So.
Yeah, and then Reed Robertson scoring his first touchdown here. I mean, just doing everything that he has to do to be able to find the end zone. I mean, talk to me about just the athlete that Reed is here.
Yeah, Reed's pretty special. I mean, he's
okay.
Yeah, he's all right. He's all right.
I mean, he's only the voice of the Hawks' favorite player. I mean, that's all it is.
Yeah. I've heard that. I've heard the saying quite a few times. That's just something. That's another play we've kind of had in the bag. We've saved it. We've tried to set it up. We've run just the zone off of that and some other things where, you know, you want to put that on film and then come back and hit a little slip screen off of it. Really, when we threw it to him, I got a little nervous. 7 was standing in the hole, and he made the guy miss. Well, and then you get those linemen out there, though. Once he made that first guy miss, I felt pretty good about it because we're letting those linemen go block little people out there, let those big people go block little people. And Reed did a really good job all year long on picking a path, getting through those little tunnel screens. So once it got out in the open field, I felt pretty good about it. So
I love that you mentioned picking a path because I remember a couple times throughout the playoff run, specifically when y'all were in Sweetwater, I believe it was the first touchdown that was scored. It was more just a scramble drill, and Reed squeaked out and just was behind the defense all by himself. And so I love being able to see the ability that he has to be able to just and I mean, that goes for the whole team. We saw multiple receivers being able to squeak, find a path, and make sure they're in open space with nobody around them. Coach, obviously we see back on the defense, so let's take a look what happens here. You know, a little rollout and a lot of pressure coming from behind him there.
Hey, well, and this is one of those plays that look at KO. Go KO. Hey, they actually called us blocking the quarterback out of bounds, which was a crap call. It happens. It happens.
Yeah, we were looking for it on the screen. I was like, where was he at?
Hey, but this is the brain power of our kids. This is one of those formations, tight end trips we knew was all throw, and you'll see our kids, get given the signal there. KO making a huge play and setting us up for this one.
Yeah, and it's setting up perfectly, and you just be able to scramble down into the red zone, and love the celebrations that these young men have. Just obviously the scramble ability of your quarterback. I mean, I feel like it's not talked about enough. I hear people saying that, like, they're just a passing team, and then they do not care for the scramble ability of your quarterback. I mean, just knowing that they have this in the bag with his arm talent, and of course leading to this, I believe this is going to be the touchdown here on just a great pass, finding Reed for his second score of the game. I mean, this is just another one of those plays in the bag, I assume, Coach?
That's actually right before that. We'd gone 3-by-1, and they called the timeout, and I was signaling slant. And their corner, as they were walking off the field, I could hear him saying something about inside. So after the timeout, we changed it to a whip route there and tried to set him up outside and inside and then beat him back outside, and it worked out. Landon put the ball in a really good spot and worked out for us. The scrambling ability of Landon, I want to talk on that real quick.
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it, Coach.
You know, when people play us like they were, they have more in the box that you can really block in the run game, and then they just man you up receivers-wise out there. Sometimes the quarterback is going to have those opportunities with everybody's back turned to him to scramble. He does a good job of it, but it makes me nervous when that quarterback takes off running. But no, that was one that 3rd and 13, that was a great play. That extended that drive, and we actually ended up getting points off of that. Just speaks to what he was. In that game, he was going to do whatever he had to do to get us there. He didn't throw it as good as he wanted to, I don't think, in that game, but he made plays like that extended drives and ended up in points for us that helped us get there.
And that was huge right there because, 4th down, if you don't get it, you got them backed up to the 2, but that was 3 possessions right there.
I've had people ask about we didn't really go for extra points, or the one time we tried a field goal, Newton kicks no PATs, and so they never get 3 or 7. So the whole goal was to get ahead of 9 points, 17, and 20, 25 points. So once we made that first PAT, it was pretty much, the next goal is get to 25. So that we were up 19-8. And the 14. Newton again going for 2. They were like 97% on the year. 92 out of 97 times they converted. I didn't really feel good about ever stopping the 2-point play. So again, that was the thinking on going for it on 4th down. With 3s weren't really going to help us much.
And then obviously you see what's about to happen here. We got to fast forward a little bit here to the end of the game, and a whole lot of hands touched that football there, Coach. I just want to hear your thoughts. What was the idea? I see 22 there, waiting for it, and the ball just gets touched by almost everybody on the field. Just what was going through the mindset for you?
I'm thinking, oh my God. It was just a perfect kick again, but before it ever happened on the headset, we're like, these guys don't have a kicker. How good can this kick possibly be? And then it's like the best kick you ever see. It was, last week or 2 weeks ago, the Gunner game, that ended with, I think it was Bally maybe, or no, Quavy, I'm not sure, whoever recovered the onside kick, and then this onside kick. I know.
It was Jacob Brayman for both, I believe.
The other night, our special teams, our kickoff team was amazing. We had to tackle those dudes every time. Special teams, the pump block, I can't say enough good things about our special teams. I know people have asked me about the yardage. They don't count pump blocks and penalty yardage. We won those games with our discipline and our toughness and special teams. And, again, just what an amazing scene right there.
And even going back even to Gunner, too, forcing the turnover on the punt, and then the great kick by Levi King where it just bounces right there.
Yeah, including Levi had some monster punch, set the state record or whatever the other day, and we were really backed up. That could have been a huge deal. Levi cranked a 67-yarder out of there. People probably don't understand because of all the amazing weapons we have all over the field, how good that kickoff, kick return, punt return, PAT. Like I told class today, I was nominating kids for some of those postseason awards. He was 92 of 100. He had 100 PATs. Again, just that Gunner King, Devin Bailey, that whole little operation. It's all those points add up. And my God, was that a big PAT looking back on it?
Oh, 100%. We're actually going to take a pause right here. When we come back, we're going to talk more about, of course, this game and then the season as a whole. We'll recap this amazing season you've had. You're watching the Wall Hawks Champions Night live from Shenanigans.
Damon Bell Photography and Drone Services for all your photo and video needs. Call 325-245-9663. Oh, and we also do sports. Call today.
First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa is a giant of a credit card. With great low rates, no annual fee, no balance transfer fee, and even a rewards option, First Community's Platinum Visa is the card for you. With security as a high priority, you can lock your card in case it's lost, stolen, or just to limit its use. So be smart, bank smart with First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Wall Hawks Champions Night, live from Shenanigans here on Concho Sports Network, and of course live as always, being able to persevere, improvise, adapt, overcome. Of course, we are still joined by the same crew here. Of course, a lot to really talk about. I'm sure a lot of insight and questions that people ask, and the mindset and everything about it. So before we actually jump into the season, I'm a big stats guy, Coach. So, I want to read some of these numbers that kind of led to things. First, we got to start with the offensive MVP of the game, Reed Robertson. Of course, he had his one pass completed for 43 yards, and then receiving 5 catches, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns. Obviously, sounds like just another day in the office for your receiver there. And then your defensive MVP was Gavin Sisson. 13 tackles, a half a sack, 2.5 TFLs, and of course the block punt. I want you to take a moment, Coach. Let's just talk about those 2 young men individually. I know we kind of talked on Reed a little bit more, but what are those 2 young men being able to win these awards? What do they bring to your program?
Oh, dude, like talking about Reed first. Reed is definitely one of those kids, like the scheme change, that we went to, a couple of years ago. Absolutely one of those kids that, how do we get the ball to that kid in space, and besides he's, a freak athlete, and, he has I don't know if Reed weighs 165 pounds, but he's really tough to bring down, in space. He has just a toughness quality, and again, his numbers were ridiculous. Again, I was nominating him this morning. I don't remember exactly, 1,400 yards and 22 touchdowns. That's video game stuff. It's just it's crazy. You don't think about all those numbers that that he piled up. Gavin, I'm really proud of Gavin. These kids would tell you, these coaches would tell you, Gavin's a kid at times you kind of drag along. Like, dude, we got to get this done. And man, has he matured and just got it. He's always been a great football player. He's a kid that has a nose for the ball, a tough kid, and again shined in that biggest moment the other night. So super proud of him.
Well, now that we got that, we can kind of jump into the season as a whole. I know Jake has some numbers here for you. You mentioned you didn't know the exact numbers for Reed. I believe Jake has them down, so let's go through them. Let's talk about the offense first. Obviously, a lot of playmakers, a lot of young men who did a whole lot of things. So, Jake, I'll let you take it away, man.
Yeah, so what we got kind of had to go through and kind of add the other stuff together, as it were. But, Reed did finish up with his career with 21 games in a row with the touchdown catch, so he kept that streak alive the rest of the year. And then Landon got to the 4,000-yard mark passing-wise with that game. It was only, I think, 150, 160 yards, but 2 touchdowns, it was enough. And finished with 4,000 with the 134 quarterback rating there. 59 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. That's a pretty good little ratio.
Some tells me that's pretty good. That's a lot to a little right there. Coach, I actually want to ask you, y'all mentioned you're only about 2 years counting this season out from switching to the spread and throwing the ball a whole lot more. But what is it, talk about that transition for you and for your program, for your staff, to be able to make that switch and have to go through all the adjustments of completely flipping the script and to be able to make this offense what it is today?
The kids were definitely, they were excited about the change. If you play on the perimeter, how do you not want to, be a part of getting a chance to have the football? I know Rob would credit Coach Williams. That all that pass protection stuff, is completely foreign to what really Wall had done. And, Coach Williams and those O-line guys, and the other night, Brady Neal had some huge pass play, that just people don't show up in the stat sheet, but his pass protection helped us get the ball off. But Williams, Bills, Gordon, and Londerholm, I mean, that's absolutely their baby, and they did a killer good job with it. Londerholm had thrown the ball quite a bit on Thursday nights, leading up to that, so we knew we had the skill set to do it, and Landon was obviously an insane great trigger man, extremely cerebral. Again, 57 touchdowns, 9 picks. Just incredible player.
And even then, you talk about stats. I mean, credit to Newton's run defense. They were very solid on the run game. But even then, you talk about the O-line and Brady Neal. Brady still got over 1,000 yards on the year. And that's been, it seemed like that was a key factor all year long too. Having that run game with the big bodies opening some, and Brady being able to eclipse that mark too, and have some big runs.
Those guys played solid. Again, I can't say enough good things about the pass protection the other night, because they definitely were bringing some exotic looks, and again the O-line guys, and plus that running back, which most of the game was Brady, gave Landon great time, and that was key to the success.
Yeah. And even then too, we talk about weapons. This offense, Russ and I were saying, okay, you're going to stop one guy. You can stop one, but who are you going to stop the other? Because even then, Kellen Oliver, Jagger Thompson, Evan Bailey, they all still had over 500 yards receiving for the year, even too.
No, it's pick your poison. I mean, all those guys, and again, there's guys behind them, that are waiting to contribute. If they needed to. It's a great cast of characters for sure.
Coach, something I want to, looking at this schedule that y'all had this year, obviously perfect 16-0 in every championship you can win when it comes to UIL, Texas State football. Your most points given up, before these last two games was Idalou, way back in October 3rd. And then, of course, you had these last two games, the defending champion Gunter, now it's y'all, and Newton. After last season, when y'all were state semifinalists, what at one point this year was like, oh yeah, we're going back?
I really driving home from the Gunner game. That became the mission. Was let's get to that game. Let's dethrone those dudes, and whoever's next, we'll take on. But I don't think there was any really chatter in the office, about, how high can this thing go? We knew we had incredible players, and a bunch of incredible players, and it's just that your nightmare all year is like you didn't want to see it not happen, and again, you didn't want to slip up and go to play December 18th, and we knew that from the jump, and they turned it, they got it done.
Yeah, and playing to the tune of a point differential of scoring 49 and only giving up 8 on the year. Yeah, that's kind of championship pedigree right there.
Pretty good average right there, I'd say.
That is a great average.
Which makes a good segue. We talk about defense, defense winning championships. Even these last two games, defending champs and then Newton, you only given up 3 scores to either of them, and that's
those last two games, that's as fun as it gets for parents, kids love playing in those games. We love coaching in those games. I know it's not the funnest time for fans because you're freaking out.
Edge of your seat.
But that's just, that's coaching in those meaningful games. Things you call, mattering, and how the kids play, mattering. It's just those last 2 wins were just, storybook ending, and dang proud of them.
Oh yeah, and you talk about that. The overcoming the adversity, and some, of course the chatter started, and, we had a couple bad offensive series there, and, kind of Gunner kind of got their offense going, kind of heard some people say, oh, here we go again, but it's like, seeing this team all year long, it's like, they're going to fix it. We got the leaders. And,
I want to really credit the 2024 team. Us being in that Gunner game last year, I think gave us a calmness, when we were back in that same situation in that game. Credit to our kids. I didn't hear any panic or bickering. It's just you knew one of those kids is gonna make a play and kind of, stable things out, and that's exactly what happened. Yeah.
And it's just like we saw in the state game, you got Newton down, and those guys, they didn't struggle. I think second game was the season. Last game they struggled, and y'all were right there handling the adversity, when things weren't going right, just stayed the course and kept going, and that was great to see.
I'm probably the only coach in America that will admit this. The day of the game, I was, beyond just,
I went to school, I don't know, at 3:30 or 3:45, you know, whatever. And I was walking down the hall, and, you know, you got to just hit me, you know, like, oh, my God, well, I don't know, like at 5 or something. Kim had texted me how I was doing or something, and, you know, I mean, I was just, you know, just like, oh, my God, it's here. And she was like, hey, you need to try to be ice all day. So, hey, all the way to the game, I watched Hallmark Christmas movies, which, you know, people would think that's a lie. That is true. I mean, I was so keyed up. You know, I couldn't watch like Top Gun or Braveheart, one of my go-tos or something, because, I mean, it got too real. Even my daughter, I texted her like at 10. And I was like, hey, you know, game day today. She said, I know, I'm so excited. I was up at 5. And I'm like, oh, my God. You know, that got me scared all over again. But, yeah, all the way to the game on the bus, I was watching Mistletoe Christmas. I mean, just, it's how it works for me. Or it did this year.
I slept.
You slept? I'm glad you slept. I can tell you right now from our side of things, like I said, these guys had the opportunity to go out and follow y'all and go do an audio broadcast. Unfortunately, I could not. But what I can tell you is how often my phone went out because of our group chat, constantly going to everybody's hype for game day, everybody's ready to go, and just the constant, like everybody's celebrating, especially when the last knee went down. I can tell you that we were so excited. But we do got to go to a commercial break here in just a moment. But there's one more thing I wanted to leave you with, because I think we're going to talk to some players here after the break. One thing I want to leave you, Coach, and this is from what we call the Texas State Bible, Dave Campbell's Texas football, the preseason. I want you to just hear this for just a second. After rebranding as a spread offense in 2024, the Hawks entered this season with quarterback York and all his top skill players returning. That experience has Slaughter confident that the offense will be able to carry the team during the early part of the season while Wall rebuilds the defense. Rebuilds the. I'm sorry. You want to tell me that wasn't average again?
That's actually a pretty good segue there.
You want to tell me that average again? What was that?
Rebuilds to a tune of 8 points. And I remember we were talking in the preseason show too about that. It's like, you know, let's see what we got defensively. Yeah, well, they kind of took care of that. And you know, before we go to break here, let me talk on the defense here too as far as numbers and bring these up. Adding those in from the state game, Jacob Braden finished up with 170 tackles for an average of 2.4. 18 tackles for loss. You had Dylan Sellers with 133, averaging 8.4, and 22 tackles for loss in the backfield. So much, a huge one there against Gunner, setting up the Ben Taylor falling off for that defensive score. You know, Gavin Sisson almost got to 100, got 94 tackles with 14 and a half tackles for loss. And then you had Slayton Hallmark also had 90 tackles and 13 tackles for loss. And then, Ben Branch, Ben Taylor finishing up with 55 and 71 respectively. And then even defensively, the final turnover margin, if I got this right, plus 36, averaging plus 2 a game.
That was amazing.
Good night. Levi King.
And we took care of the ball.
There was no fumbles. All it was just, the offense did not fumble, and the defense.
Yeah, we lost 0 fumbles. That's incredible by our backs. I mean, and the receivers, the kids carrying the ball. That's amazing.
Levi King getting 6 interceptions. Gavin Sisson with 4. Kellen Oliver getting 3, and that huge one right there, which, I wish they wouldn't have called that penalty. Couldn't have got that pick 6.
Goodness.
And then, Hagan finishing with 2 too, and again you brought up Hagan Barbie coming back after the being out for those 2 weeks. That was great to see him flying around.
I want to credit Hagan. That week we didn't really know what we were going to get from him. Me and Coach Holscher were talking like we knew we were moving good and stuff. We're like, we need to seem like engaged, he literally made the first tackle of the game and like the third tackle of the game. We're like, okay, he's good.
Yeah, and him going down and cutting those pullers. I wish that wasn't a penalty now, but that was make a pile and go take those big bodies out too. But yeah, that was defensively.
Don't do that.
No, not at all. Fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough. Well, we're gonna step aside for another break. When we come back, I believe we're gonna pull some of your favorite Wall players on stage and try to give them the talk. I believe that's what we're going to be doing. So there we go. So we'll step aside. When we come back, I can mention you. We'll get some Wall players. You're watching the Wall Hawks Champions Night live from Shenanigans.
Man, Jacob, you're sucking.
You're killing us.
Dude, what is wrong with you? Man, I need a beer. Guys, I'm stressed out. I'm sorry. I'm trying to sell my house, and I don't want to pay too much.
Man, you need to call Angelo Home Team. They charge less than the other companies, they could save you thousands of dollars.
Man, with that kind of savings, I could go to a Cowboys game.
Okay, we got to get back up there, and you got to block that 12-year-old that only weighs 110 pounds.
Man, I think we're in the wrong league. Guys, I say whiskey bar after the game.
Yeah! Ready? Break!
At Texas Bank, we believe in the power of relationships. Our roots are our customers, the lifeblood of our business. We're more than just a bank. We're your trusted financial partner, committed to building lasting connections and providing personalized service that exceeds your expectations. From helping you achieve your financial goals to supporting you through life's changes, we're here for you every step of the way. Experience the difference of banking with people who truly care.
Cotton farming in the Concho Valley, that's risky business. Specializing in crop insurance and serving local family farmers for over 15 years, Oasis Crop Insurance understands those risks firsthand. That's why year in and year out, from the first seed you plant to the last boll you harvest, Oasis Crop Insurance is your risk management partner.
Oasis Crop Insurance, service from paradise.
Friendship being
Damon Bell Photography and Drone Services for all your photo and video needs. Call 325-245-9663. Oh, and we also do sports. Call today.
First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa is a giant of a credit card. With great low rates, no annual fee, no balance transfer fee, and even a rewards option, First Community's Platinum Visa is the card for you. With security as a high priority, you can lock your card in case it's lost, stolen, or just to limit its use. So be smart, bank smart with First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get your results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
Man, Jacob, you're sucking.
You're killing us.
Dude, what is wrong with you?
Man, I need a beer.
Guys, I'm stressed out. I'm sorry. I'm trying to sell my house and I don't want to pay too much.
Man, you need to call Angelo Home Team. They charge less than the other companies. They could save you thousands of dollars.
Man, with that kind of savings, I could go to a Cowboys game.
Okay, we got to get back up there, and you got to block that 12-year-old that only weighs 110 pounds.
Man, I think we're in the wrong league. Guys, I say whiskey bar after the game.
Yeah! Ready? Break!
At Texas Bank, we believe in the power of relationships. Our roots are our customers, the lifeblood of our business. We're more than just a bank. We're your trusted financial partner, committed to building lasting connections and providing personalized service that exceeds your expectations. From helping you achieve your financial goals to supporting you through life's changes, we're here for you every step of the way. Experience the difference of banking with people who truly care.
Cotton farming in the Concho Valley, that's risky business. Specializing in crop insurance and serving local family farmers for over 15 years, Oasis Crop Insurance understands those risks firsthand. That's why year in and year out, from the first seed you plant to the last boll you harvest, Oasis Crop Insurance is your risk management partner.
Oasis Crop Insurance, service from paradise.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Wall Hawks 2025 Championship Celebration. Of course, as I mentioned, we have some fantastic Hawks on stage here, but there's one important person I need to introduce. I mentioned to you at the beginning of the show that the voice of the Hawks could not make it tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, by a miracle of God, he is here. Please help me, join me in welcoming Russ Howard. You deserve it, man.
Thank you so much, Chad. I appreciate it. And I apologize that I did not get here till just a few minutes ago, so my apologies to Coach Slaughter, Coach Londerholm, the rest of the coaching staff, and of course, where's my buddy Larry at? Where's old Larry's? And of course, Coach Larry over there. But now let's move on to who it's really all about, and introduce yourselves. Who we got here? I know they know, but people at home may not know. Obviously, I know who we are. Go ahead.
Reed Robertson.
Owen Braden. And Jacob Braden.
So let's start with preseason, okay? And because Coach Slaughter and I have talked about this both on air and off air. Championships aren't won in December; they're actually won in July and August. How did this team set itself up to go on this miraculous undefeated 16-0 run?
I mean, yeah, it started in the preseason. Every single player was bought in 100%. I mean, we weren't slacking off. The coaches had us going. Coaches had us doing everything right. I think everybody just wanted it bad.
Yep.
Yeah, I like to say what he said. We bought in. I mean, we set a goal for ourselves at that in-game gunner last year, and I mean, we all just kind of worked for it. I like to say that we came together as a brotherhood, and we realized that we had the guts to do it. We had the guys to do it, and we just came out on top.
Yeah, in those preseason games, kind of just starts off. You know, you're kind of crafting your team and you know who you are, man, we kind of found our identity in those beginning moments, and you know how to play in those big moments. You know, play against good teams like Jim Ned and Sweetwater and whatnot. So yeah.
I'll get back to that in a minute because I do want to talk about that. But the one thing that really sticks out to me, and Coach Slaughter said this repeatedly throughout the season, is this is one big family. Nobody slacks. Nobody shirks their duties. Everybody's in the weight room. It's not just a core group. Everybody's there. How did that contribute to this championship run?
Man, I think it was huge. You know, everybody. The entire group pretty much, you know, we push each other to be better just by, you know, just lifting weights, you know, not even playing the game really. And, you know, all those guys down there can get me on that too. But, man, you know, that's huge, you know, just to build, you know, it's a discipline thing, you know. Football is a lot about strength and speed, and that comes with a lot of training outside of practice and outside, you know, when everyone's looking. So, yeah.
I mean, yeah, like he said, I mean, I know as me as like in my D-line group, I mean we work each other to be ready for what we're gonna see on Friday, Thursday nights. I like to think is that like watching film, one of the major things. I mean, we'll quiz each other on it. I know these guys, everybody down there will quiz each other about it. And if you didn't watch film, they'll get on to you about it. Lifting weights, if you're not there in the morning, we'll give you a hard time. So I like to say that that fact of everybody just working together, keeping each other accountable, just helped us win and get to where we are now.
Yeah, I mean, the chemistry is everything. I want to talk about the leaders. I feel like Jacob Braden and Landon York played a huge role. I mean, we have this group chat with everyone on our team, and if we needed to be somewhere, they would tell us, and they would have everything lined up for us. All we had to do is check the group chat. Those dudes are going to take care of us, you know.
And that right there, what y'all just said, really defines this team, this community, and everything. One thing I do want to ask about, and I'm not sure the numbers, I've heard it several different ways, but is it true that 21 of 22 seniors have played together since, 5th grade? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it is.
So how did that, bring you together? Obviously, you came up in one system, transitioned to another system, but playing together all those years, did that obviously help immensely when you're in those tough battles?
Absolutely. I think, it just helps in those hard times, and you're not afraid to get on someone's butt. Like, I'd point out Gunnar King over there, and we've been together for years. And I played down with that grade for years in flag football and state flag football and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of just builds that bond. You can treat him like a brother pretty much.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we've been playing flag football, pee-wee tackle football with each other for probably, entire time. We may have had some people come in a little bit later, but we still had that same core group. We played with everybody. We knew their how they acted, how they would be, and I think that just really helped because whenever you get somebody new and you don't really know anything about them, you can't really say as much as you want to do to them or say something to them. But I think that having this core group, it just helped us keep us together.
Yep.
Yeah, it dates back to backyard football in elementary school behind the playground. I'm looking at the same dudes by my side for 10 years in a row. It feels like 11 years. I think that plays a huge part.
All right. So let me back up to last year for just a moment because I want to lead into the game this year because obviously the Gunner-Newton games were probably the two games where y'all were challenged the most. But backing up to Gunner last year, that defeat, walking off that field with that taste in your mouth knowing that you could have gone to Jerry World, how did that set y'all up for this season and drive? Obviously, you take one game at a time, so you're not looking at Gunner until that week of Gunner. But how did that loss and what y'all learned from that carry you into this season?
I like to think of it as one of Coach Slaughter's main talking points is when we're moving people out of the way. You're not who we're looking for. We're just continuing to go through our schedule and just keep looking for Gunner. But that loss there, we lost the seniors last year who we also had a really good bond with, and that just left that bad taste in our mouth. And we just knew that when we get back there, we're going to give it all we have and just continue to play how we play.
All right.
Yeah, and one of our mottos this year was, work like you suck. And all the numbers, all the rankings, everything in that aspect was the proof of the last year's team. We wanted to prove what we were and what we could do every week. So, that was probably one of the biggest things because, last year's game put us on the map, like who's wall. And we just wanted to prove that we could take the next step.
Right.
Yeah, I'm grateful for the loss last year because, it gave everyone that motivation, that drive, that grit that we needed. And, I think Gunner was going into the game thinking they were going to beat us and probably Newton too. And I think that's a huge advantage for us because we know what we could do.
Right. Well, I'll tell you, leading into the Gunner game, y'all destroyed just about every single team in front of you. And we could say that now because we're not really doing bulletin board material, but absolutely destroyed every team that came up in front of you prior to Gunner. Went to Gunner week. Gunner talked a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Talked a lot of mess, shall we say. Polished them off, went into the Newton game. I try very hard to stay off social media and not talk trash on social media. I made one post and I regretted it, but it was so hard because everybody expected Newton to win that game. You know what? I only see, what's that say? Oh, yeah, champions. My bad. So, yeah, I guess Newton doesn't. Oh, are we in Newton? No, we're in Wall, right? Or San Angelo, but close enough to Wall. But how did that drive y'all, especially the week of Gunner and Newton, knowing that most everybody outside of these 904 and 903 zip codes was not giving you guys any chance whatsoever?
Man, I think it was all just outside noise to all of us. We just stuck to our plan and what we know best, and that's just play good football and win. We've been winners our entire life and everything that we do. And, all the stuff online is just noise, and, we just stuck to our game plan and we just played.
Yeah, I personally like being the underdog. I can say that probably for some of the other guys down there. Going into a game feeling like everybody's eyes are thinking about Newton winning, I just think that gives you extra motivation. It gives you extra motivation to play with that certain chip on your shoulder, to play with that certain intensity, and just execute well.
Yeah, everybody's stepping up to the next level because we got to prove everyone wrong. It means something. It's personal. I think the trash talk. I think the trash talk is huge, especially if you keep quiet and just play your game.
All right. So when you do walk off, you don't do a lot of trash talk. You walk off the field at the end of the game. All you have to do is just point at the trophy. See, there it is right there. Yeah, exactly. You let your talking be on the field, not in the media, right? Or on social media as it is these days. But the one thing in the Newton game, I don't know what they talked about in the coaches portion earlier, but in that Newton game, I want to ask y'all's feelings. You're up 25-8 at halftime. You come out, Newton makes a little bit of a run, gets that incredible. I got to give that kid credit, that touchdown catch. Then the onside kick happens. What were your thoughts when you're watching the ball bounce around out there? I got to ask that because I'm in the booth. I'm looking for the defibrillator, the AED up there, because I'm about ready to keel over. I'm 58 and I'm about ready to die of a heart attack. But what was y'all's feelings up there?
Man, Reed, were you on the field? You were, yeah. I just saw the ball just fly, and I think it hit Valley, and then it hit Jagger, then it hit Brady, and then it hit somebody else, and then somebody kicked it, and then I just ended up on it at the bottom of the pile. Man, so blessed for that. But that's just, I didn't really think much about it till after, holy crap,
that just happened.
Yeah.
And that was, I wasn't on the field, but that was a scary moment for me. I knew that we had the guys to, if anything like that happened, we'd go out there on the defensive side of the ball and we'd make another stop. When it came to that, I wasn't too scared, but when I saw that ball bouncing around, it was a little bit of a shock there for a second.
Yeah. What about you, Reed, out there on the field?
It was a blur for me. It was not a good one, but when I saw Jacob in the radius of the ball,
you thought it was over.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm with you. Had they recovered it, I was very confident we could make that stop. I'm just glad we didn't have to get there, and I'm glad that fell on the ball, was able to kneel it out. And the greatest formation in all of football, and I'll go to my grave saying that, the greatest formation is the victory formation. So, again, heck of a season, heck of a year. I can't say enough. I know I said a lot of stuff in the booth and whatnot throughout the year, but just so incredibly impressed with this whole Wall Hawk team, coaching staff, the community of Wall, just how they, when you show up, and you're a town of maybe 1,000, and you show up and you've got, 10,000, 6,000, whatever it was in the stands at AT&T Stadium. That's just an incredible following. How did that, the support from the community, how does that drive you as a football team?
Man, I think it's huge. Just the support, that they show up to everything, every sporting event at Wall. And it means a lot to us as players, and that's really it's just huge.
Yep.
Like you said, it's huge. The following of just, even when on that Anthony game that the band or the cheerleaders couldn't make it, that was just the stands. You could hear all of our spectators going off, and that's just. You don't listen to the crowd that much, but then when you turn around after you're walking off the field, you get a 3 and out, and you see all the fans standing up, waving their things, waving faces, and that's just one of the things that just picks you up again.
Yep.
Yeah, we're so grateful for this community. I don't think people realize how special it is to bring that many people that far away to a game, into all of our games. Everyone's going to show up no matter what.
Yeah, one of the best traveling fan bases in this state, in my opinion. Even the success that Newton has had historically, even the Wall Hawk faithful dwarfed, in my opinion, of course I'm biased, but dwarfed the Newton crowd. I remember what was the first round playoff game? My mind's a blank now, but the first, looking over there was maybe 20 Anthony fans in the stand. I felt so bad because there's 2,000-3,000 Wall Hawk faithful, and there's 20 folks drove up from Anthony. So just an incredible community, incredible fan base, and an incredible season. Any last thoughts? I know we're going to be living on this for a while. I am. I've been going through social media, liking everybody's post, every picture I can find, every article. What are y'all's final thoughts?
Just what a ride. These guys, we've been with them, these guys and those guys down there for years, and just football for the last time that was the best note you can end it on. And credit to that coaching staff. You know, they spend more hours than anybody knows. You know, so they just they put us in the right position to win every week, and we really appreciate that.
I mean, like he said, I mean, what a ride. I mean, the way to end it at the Jerry's World State Championship and come out on top. I mean, that's one heck of a story. Like you said, this coaching staff. I mean, we wouldn't be here without all of those coaches going through the film books and telling us where we need to be, getting us in the weight room. Even if we would go ourselves, they'd get us in the weight room. We'd practice hard every day. I mean, and just hope to see it more after.
Yep. Yeah, man, so grateful for this group of guys, these coaches. I mean, it's a one-on-one kind of deal. I mean, everything lined up perfectly. But, I mean, we're going to cherish this for the rest of our lives. So, I mean, it's a big deal to us.
Yep, something that can never be taken away to know that y'all were part of a state championship team. So, again, congratulations. Just a heck of a night it was, and a week so far that it's been. So, again, congratulations, and we'll be back after this. Heck of a season, guys.
Friendship being
Damon Bell Photography and Drone Services for all your photo and video needs. Call 325-245-9663. Oh, and we also do sports. Call today.
First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa is a giant of a credit card. With great low rates, no annual fee, no balance transfer fee, and even a rewards option, First Community's Platinum Visa is the card for you. With security as a high priority, you can lock your card in case it's lost, stolen, or just to limit its use. So be smart, bank smart with First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
Man, Jacob, you're sucking.
You're killing us.
Dude, what is wrong with you?
Man, I need a beer.
Guys, I'm stressed out. I'm sorry. I'm trying to sell my house, and I don't want to pay too much.
Man, you need to call Angelo Home Team. They charge less than the other companies. They could save you thousands of dollars.
Man, with that kind of savings, I could go to a Cowboys game.
Okay, we got to get back up there, and you got to block that 12-year-old that only weighs 110 pounds.
Man, I think we're in the wrong league. Guys, I say whiskey bar after the game.
Yeah! Ready? Break!
At Texas Bank, we believe in the power of relationships. Our roots are our customers, the lifeblood of our business. We're more than just a bank. We're your trusted financial partner, committed to building lasting connections and providing personalized service that exceeds your expectations. From helping you achieve your financial goals to supporting you through life's changes, we're here for you every step of the way. Experience the difference of banking with people who truly care.
Cotton farming in the Concho Valley. That's risky business. Specializing in crop insurance and serving local family farmers for over 15 years, Oasis Crop Insurance understands those risks firsthand. That's why year in and year out, from the first seed you plant to the last boll you harvest, Oasis Crop Insurance is your risk management partner.
Oasis Crop Insurance, service from paradise.
And welcome back inside Shenanigans, and we're joined by 3 more of the 3A D2 state champion Wall Hawks in 2025. So once again, introduce yourselves.
Hagan Barbie. Landon York.
Ben Jinsky.
Yep, and I'm not even going to ask you what position, because if people don't know now, then they don't forget it. They don't need to know, right? So basically, your thoughts, just your initial thoughts on what you felt like when that final whistle sounded, final gun sounded, and you guys were state champs.
It's just something that not many people get to experience ever, and it's definitely a moment where you have to be there to know what it's like.
Right.
Yeah, it's a very, very weird feeling. Like I feel like it still hasn't sunk in that we won state yet, but it's a great feeling.
Yeah, it's absolutely surreal. It definitely feels nice to see all of our hard work pay off over the past couple months.
Yeah, we asked the last group, championships are won in July and August in that weight room work and those preseason workouts and whatnot. What would you say is probably the key to this state championship?
I'd say just staying together as a team. Just the bond that we have growing up together, it's unbreakable. Yes, sir. Just the chemistry and the brotherhood. I feel like our brotherhood all year was just something else, and that helped us all year.
Yeah, no doubt. And, it's just such a long season. I think focus is a huge part of it. And we've done a great job collectively just staying focused on the main goal that we've had since August.
Yeah. So I got to ask you, and I'm not trying to irritate half of the offense or defense here, but really it starts and stops up front with that O-line and that D-line, and just one of the best O-lines and D-lines I've seen in a long time at any level, really. So how's that make you feel when you go out there knowing, okay, I just helped Landon throw for almost 4,000 yards, almost 60 touchdowns, helped Brady get 1,000 yards, etc. How does that make you feel as an offensive lineman?
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely a great feeling. As an offensive lineman, you're not always going to get all the glory, but having the selfless attitude and really just contributing to the main goal of the team, it definitely feels great.
Yep. And so over to you, how does it make you feel knowing you have the big guys up front? Pretty much kept you clean all season long. Very few sacks allowed, very few, hardly any pass rush at all. How's that make you feel?
It's a great feeling. I mean, they work their butts off every day, all summer, and they just do it for us.
Right. And of course, I know you've played both offense, but more defense in that backfield, knowing that D-line, those linebackers up front are keeping them off of you. How does that make you feel? How does that make your job easier, knowing that you can play assignment football from there?
It definitely allows us to do what we need to do as a defensive back. It's just we're lucky to have those guys that'll fill the gaps when we need them.
Yep. So I didn't ask the last group this, but what kind of an experience was it playing on the field at Jerry World or AT&T Stadium, so we don't get in a whole lot of trouble? What kind of experience was that?
It was surreal being able to look out in the stands and see, all of Wall there, and then just look around and it's just seats upon seats. Yeah, something you're never going to experience ever again.
Yeah.
The best part was definitely just seeing our whole community just packing that stands and just standing behind us and supporting us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were lucky. We got to go take it in and see the beginning of the 3A Division I game. And as soon as you see that stadium, it messes with you a little bit. But definitely it's super cool, and we definitely tried to take it all in before the actual game started, but we did a great job of that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm glad we had the 7 p.m. game, because I was there. I got there probably right at the beginning of the D1 game, the 4 p.m. game, and that sun coming through that end. I mean, I have no idea why Jerry, with all his billions, decided to build it with the window right there where the sun sets. And most games are going to start at that time, but he's rich, I'm not, so here we are. But I'm just glad we had the 7 p.m. game where the sun was already down and whatnot. But did it intimidate you at all? And maybe intimidate's not the right word, but was it any kind of a factor knowing that, hey, this is an actual NFL field, this is what a Cowboys play, love them or hate them? Was that any kind of an intimidation factor, or was it just kind of a cool factor?
I think it just added on to the experience. I don't think it was a big factor in anything, just being able to go out there and play football. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, same here. Just we had to treat it like any other game. like we played a home game at our stadium. So, again, we did a great job of that.
Yeah, maybe we need to get Jerry or somebody that's rich to build us a new press box, one that rivals that one, because that's actually kind of cool working up there in those press boxes. And I'm sure it's cool playing on that field, as nice as it is. So, but again, any final thoughts, any final takeaways from this incredible run in 2025?
It was just a great season, and I was happy to be able to end it the way we did.
Right.
Yes, sir. Great coaching staff, great group of guys, and great community.
Yep.
For sure. It's been fun, and I'm definitely honored to be a part of this first team to ever do it at Wall.
Yep. So, again, congratulations, guys. Just a great season, great year, and ain't going anywhere else. It's going to be on display forever, and you guys can look back at that and say, we had a hand in that. So, again, congratulations. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back after this. Again, guys, seriously.
Damon Bell Photography and Drone Services for all your photo and video needs. Call 325-245-9663. Oh, and we also do sports. Call today.
First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa is a giant of a credit card. With great low rates, no annual fee, no balance transfer fee, and even a rewards option, First Community's Platinum Visa is the card for you. With security as a high priority, you can lock your card in case it's lost, stolen, or just to limit its use. So be smart, bank smart with First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
Man, Jacob, you're sucking.
You're killing us.
Dude, what is wrong with you?
Man, I need a beer.
Guys, I'm stressed out. I'm sorry. I'm trying to sell my house, and I don't want to pay too much.
Man, you need to call Angelo Home Team. They charge less than the other companies. They could save you thousands of dollars.
Man, with that kind of savings, I could go to a Cowboys game.
Okay, we got to get back up there, and you got to block that 12-year-old that only weighs 110 pounds.
Man, I think we're in the wrong league. Guys, I say whiskey bar after the game.
Yeah! Ready? Break.
At Texas Bank, we believe in the power of relationships. Our roots are our customers, the lifeblood of our business. We're more than just a bank. We're your trusted financial partner, committed to building lasting connections and providing personalized service that exceeds your expectations. From helping you achieve your financial goals to supporting you through life's changes, we're here for you every step of the way. Experience the difference of banking with people who truly care.
Oh yeah, I got the one ear bandit here.
Cotton farming in the Concho Valley. That's risky business. Specializing in crop insurance and serving local family farmers for over 15 years, Oasis Crop Insurance understands those risks firsthand.
Minty.
That's why year in and year out, from the first seed you plant to the last boll you harvest, Oasis Crop Insurance is your risk management partner.
Oasis Crop Insurance, service from paradise.
And welcome back to the final segment of the Wallhawk 2025 State Championship celebration. And we're going to end this up talking once again to Coach Craig Slaughter. Coach, my apologies for not being here initially, but here we are. I don't know what they asked you previous to this, but you and I have talked a lot this year. We've done a lot of coaches shows together, a lot of interviews and whatnot, talked off the air a lot. First off, man, congratulations.
Thank you. It's awesome.
You know, that first show we shot in the studio, hoped for this.
Yeah.
Didn't know if I would see it. So extremely happy for y'all.
No, it's amazing. You know, we talk to the kids throughout the year. You know, potential can be a dirty word because it means, you know, you have the chance to be good. Are you going to go accomplish it? You know, and I mean, I'm just so proud and happy. I mean, one of the kids, too,
I mean, this community's been chasing this a long time, and we've been in the hunt, and again, credit to all those amazing teams before, and just, again, so blessed and fortunate to be a part of the 2025 team that got the whole thing done. Just an amazing experience.
All right, Arlen, what you got?
So I'm gonna relay a story here.
Okay.
At first, I thought he was gonna have a heart attack at the end of the game. He was yelling so loud, but the Newton booth was right next to us, the Newton radio booth, and those guys, the louder we got, the more you saw them like this. So I'm going to tell you, we were just as pumped up there, I think, as y'all were on the sideline.
That's awesome.
But how amazing is it to bring this back to this community, something that they've wanted. And you've got 2 state championships now in a calendar year. You've got baseball and you've got football. The potential for Wall is just, as we used to say, the sunglasses at night because the potential.
Yeah. Hey, again, I told the kids Wednesday, I don't want to say at the pep rally, but I think titles are like hot chicks where there's one, there's more, and
Agreed.
And that truly, I think we've raised that bar, and I think our kids will grow up, all the little kids that were at that venue, that are going to see that trophy every day of their life, because that'll be in the halls of the, in the school building. It's just you want those kids, those 5th and 6th and 7th graders, that are there, that bar, and I don't even have to. I'm not the person setting that bar. That's set by that football team and that baseball team, and our golf programs. I mean, there's so many things in Wall that are beyond successful. I mean, that are championship level, and it is. It's that's the standard is bring that thing home, and so proud of them, and it's just an amazing accomplishment.
Jake, what you got?
Man, we're really just adding to things. I just kept thinking about what you said. I can't remember what week it was. You talked about to win a state championship, sometimes things just got to align.
Yeah.
And I actually had a little story, too. I didn't bring it up on the air about when we were in Stephenville there. On the air about the championships that were won there, and now this is Wall's turn for things to line up, and it lined up that night, and then it took Newton to have to get that fingertip catch to even get a chance and a perfect bounce, and still Wall comes out on top and takes it, and that's just, I'm just so happy for y'all and the community and the players and everybody.
Hey, as talking about the stars lining up, I mean, besides we had an amazing group of kids, and talented. Just, God, knock on wood, we suited up every single kid in our program at the state championship. And again, some of those kids were suiting up, banged up and hurting, like Hagan and Dillon and some of those kids, but every kid in our program, suited up. And again, that's a testament to the work they've done, how they take care of themselves. I mean, and obviously, a ton of, God's fortune in there along the way. But, every kid in our program suited up at Jerry World.
Yeah, so just an incredible experience. And as we close out this championship celebration, I want to do one thing. I want to thank all of y'all, because almost all y'all were at just about every single game. The Wall Hawk faithful, the Wall Hawk community. So I want to say thank you, Wall Hawks and Wall community, because a heck of a job, just an absolute heck of a year, heck of a season, and it's partially because of y'all being there, being supportive, and cheering these guys on. Incredible. And I want to give you guys a hand, because you guys were just absolutely incredible this year, as you are every year. So again, thank you all so much. Coach, let's go get another one.
That's right.
Let's go back to back.
Hey, you know what? Just when I was leaving the stadium the other night on the bus, I was watching it, just disappear, and all I thought about was a line in Apollo 13. When are we going back, and who's going to take us there? It's just that dream became a reality.
Yeah.
Now it's again the next question is, when is Wall going back, and who's that going to be?
Yeah. For several years it was getting over that Canadian hump, and then this year it was getting over that Gunner hump, and now
correct.
Let's stay on top of the mountain.
That's right. We're there. Let's go.
Now folks have to come and say, hey, we have to get over that Wall hump.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
No doubt.
Jake, any final words before we go off the air?
Oh, gosh, I think I pretty much got everything in.
Well, again, I want to thank y'all for joining us here at the championship celebration, and thank everybody that came in person. We appreciate it. Take care. God bless. We'll see you next year.
Go Hawks. What a year, baby. Yeah.
All right, Coach. Hey, somebody take a picture. All right. It is the state championship. The clock is running. It is 4th down. Coach Craig Slaughter down there getting the Hawk faithful fired up. You cannot script it. Third down now. 3rd down. 27 seconds, one more snap, and this one's over. Here is York. He gets the snap. He kneels down. The Wall Hawks are going to take the 3A D2 championship. The Wall Hawks are going to take this one home back to Wall, Texas. Their first state championship ever. Their second trip to the finals. They are taking the state championship. Oh my goodness, congratulations, Coach Craig Slaughter. This Wall Hawk offense, this Wall Hawk defense, this Wall Hawk special teams, and the entire community of Wall, Texas. Congratulations. You won the 3A D2 state championship in AT&T Stadium, otherwise known as J World, baby. Wall Hawks, take this one home. Arlen, take it away, baby, because I cannot take this anymore.
Hey, I tell you what, this was an incredible game. It was an incredible game to be a part of. It was great to see them come from where they came from at the start of the season.